And the student said, now, he brought this up from years ago, and he said to love yourself. He remembered. I was impressed. The rule in my classroom is to love yourself. Because if you can't love yourself, you don't know how to love anybody else. And you need to do a good job of loving yourself. Take care of yourself. Comb your hair, son. The ladies are doing, they get that hair all fixed up and what they look good. They taking care of themselves. Think about how you dress, how you treat yourself. Are you pulling your pants down? I asked a question today. Son, what does that mean when you're showing your behind? One of the guys said that you gay. I don't know if that's true, but I see no need for a man to do that in front of other men. So, but that's not the issue. And then, so they said, cause I seen this guy even do it. He used to pull his pants down. I don't know, he didn't have them down today, but I did find out something different today. Next thing I asked the students to do is I pass out these tickets. It's a small sheet of paper, and they're to write their name on that sheet of paper, and they're to draw a large smiley face on that ticket, which represents them. And I say, every day I want you to get up in the morning. When you get up, put on that big old smile and say, it's going to be a good day. But it's going to be a good day. And when you claim these things, you're in the image of God. You have the power to make things happen. So I wanted to see how well they follow instructions. This particular student, when I came back around, I walked away. I said, I'm going to see how well you follow instructions. When I came back around, number one, he didn't have a pencil. He had to borrow a pencil, which triggered me to say, son, how old are you? How old are you? He said 14. The other two said 14, and two others said 16. Okay, remember that. Put a pin right there in that. Anyway, so I come back, and I look at each one of the papers. And he has his itty bitty face on his page. Everybody else had a big old smiley face. I couldn't hardly see what it was. I had to put my glasses on to see it. And when I looked at it, I said, son, come here. Meet me outside the door. I left the classroom, went out there with him. When we got outside the door, I said, son, did you follow the instructions that I asked you to do? He said, yeah, I put it on there. I said, I got a problem with this. Number one, I can barely see it. I told you to put a large smiley face on there. So number one, I couldn't see it. See, because you're 14 years old, and I'm trying to see, what have you learned from me? Because I've taught you years before, and I want to see you progressing. So I'm back here. God has put me right back here in your face, son. I said, so I know you know, Mr. Ezel, you know what I expect from you. Because I got great expectations from you, son. But I'm talking to him by himself out in the hallway. The rest of the class here, and there wasn't too many students today. So I said, on top of that, you drew a sad face. When I saw that, I knew that was a problem. So tell me, why did you draw this sad face on you? When I ask you to follow my instructions, and already you're not following my instructions. So you have put a sad face on you. Do you understand why I told you to draw a happy face? Because I'm trying to put a blessing on you, son. Do you realize that your words have power? And that face that you drew on you has drawn negative energy to you. This is the reason why I'm saying it's important that you draw a happy face, because if you want to be happy, you have to command it and you have to speak it first. You have to speak those things that are not as though they are. So even if you were feeling down, I told you, son, to draw a happy face, because I want you to command the day. Command the day. Now, because you wrote that, that's why you're out here right now. You're having to deal with me, okay? And you know what? You've drawn that energy to you, and I'm going to show you as the day go by. You're going to see it, okay? But we're going to change that, because I'm the fixer here. I'm Victor E. I'm not going to leave you in this situation. So I talked to him about, I said, son, what kind of life you want to live. I said, you're 14 years old. And is it true what that young man just said about you? I asked you how old you were, and you said 14. And I said that you're grown, son. How do I know that you're grown? Because you're able to get a family here in 9 months. You're able to get a family here in 9 months. And when I said that in the classroom, one of the other young men raised his hand and said, Mr. Ezel, he has a child coming. I said, what? Son, you have a child on the way? He said, yes, sir. I said, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.